Hi guys, welcome to Grudy's Radio. We are on to the 2002. Oh, and also, hold on, porting a M88 head. So it's getting there. It needs to get flipped over and I'll do all the roof and then I'll go back over it. That's what I'm doing at the moment, just roughing out. So we'll see how that comes out. But what we're doing here is we're putting a new spare wheel well in. Now, being all white, you would expect this to actually be a Chamonix car. It's not. This is actually an Inca orange car. I'll show you how I know. I was told it was. But after chipping some paint up and trying to chip back all this tar and crap that's around the boot seam, I found orange. So that's good. Now, one thing I will say is every time you do some rust work or anything, this car's had some damage. So it's got some damage here. Now, anytime I strip a car and there's been a hit, you'll always find that there'll be a crack in the seam sealer. Anywhere where there's a crack in the seam sealer, I pick it back out so as I can rust convert. All right, so here there's going to be, right, here we go. Hold on, I'll get something to pry. Right, let's poke and prod. Right, so what you find is every time, here you go, look at this. So this car's actually had a hit at some stage, and now it's not just lifting paint, but what the issue is with the lifted paint, which is another issue, is it enables everything to get down. Oh, this car's been painted a couple of times. But yeah, and what it does is it enables the water to get down under and into the underpinnings, which is fine if you want it to rust out. Now, we don't want this to rust out, and once this rust repair is done, I don't want to be, in 5 years' time, redoing it. And also, this car's about to get a full respray, so this car will get a full respray in the next couple of years. It'll get a bunch of work done. The bodywork's got to be done. I am going to clean the whole sill panel up and spray from the chrome down. So I'll pop the trims off and I'll spray from there down. So that's all done. So these sill panels will all be done, both sides. Any of the rust that's there will be wire buffs. So what I did was I put a plate on the inside of the sill to make sure I could jack the car from the sill panel itself and not damage the sill. So there's a it's a 6 mil plate, a gusset I've welded in behind there, so as I could do this on purpose. Now, I might do the same on the front, so it can be lifted off the sill panel without any damage, because they were designed to be lifted off the sill, but when everything gets rusty and old and all the rest of it, you end up damaging shit when you lift it from there, so I don't. This car I will probably modify so I can, so then I can finish the whole underfloor. But yeah, this is what we're doing. So I don't know what the time frame is going to be. I know I've got another girl sitting there waiting to come in as well. She's a runner. But yeah, this, I may end up just sanding the whole boot, the whole inside of the boot, and then painting it black. And then that way, when it goes for resto, at least the inside of the boot's finished. I don't know. I'll have to have a chat with the client about this. But yeah, being a baur, it's got extra stuff. It's got lots of little extra stuff. But yeah, that's interesting. The paint just started picking up. That's real interesting. So yeah, what I do is anytime I see any kind of cracks in the seam sealer, I pick it out and I'll re-seam seal. Now I do this because otherwise that's where all your rust starts from. Now it'll start from a spot that's already rusting that hasn't come through. So all the time and effort everyone puts in, you might as well go whole hog. Don't half-ass shit, guys. I was half-ass Harry for years, and I would just make shit happen and get it done. Now, if it's not right, it's not right. I will not finish something if it's not right. If a customer asks me to bodgy shit, door's there. All right? See ya. I'm not interested in bodging shit. My limit is my limit, and my level of work is my level of work. There's people out there that do better. There's people out there that do worse. That's not me. And this is how you've got to be. If you're not constantly evolving in your skills and I watch so many people to get inspiration and to learn, right? So if you're not constantly evolving and getting better, what are you doing? Why are you living? Why are you touching things? Don't bother. You should always be learning. That's what this is. It is a learning realm. That's why we're here. That's why you're watching me. That's why you're putting up with my ramblings, is because you want to learn some stuff. So I'll clean all of this. This is where the fuel tank went. This will get all cleaned up really nice as well. So if I have to put some orange in, I'll put some orange in the base all around, and I'll get some made up and I'll put it in. If that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. At the end of the day, I will probably just leave this in black primer, like even just some satin black, but it'll be something that can be adhered to. And then that way, when it goes to the painter, they can paint it all. That's probably what I'll do. And what I'll do with the tank is I will use some Sika and I'll seal it off. But it's all got to be cleaned up. So I'm taking all the wiring out at the moment. I've marked it all on the tail lights. I'll take the tail lights out as well, I think. And it's looking like I might even remove that bracket. So yeah. I should have started on this car 6 weeks ago. The mental side of being self-employed is the part that no one talks about. I talk about it a little bit. A few other guys that I watch talk about it. I know Jake was talking about it from Jake's Chop Shop, and a few other guys, they talk about it. And I get it. And watching their videos, that helps me. And me talking about it helps. Yeah. Look, you can be Superman all you like, but at the end of the day, even Superman had mental conditions. He even had mental shit he had to deal with. He even had trauma from being a child that was found from a planet that he was the only one from. He was the only leftover one. So even Superman had trauma. We all just got to deal with what we've got to deal with. I enjoy what I do. Some days I wake up and all I want to do is scroll on my phone and sit around. I've stopped beating myself up for those days. And so should everybody else that's self-employed. At the end of the day, if you spend a week doing mediocre, meaningless tasks, but it resets your brain for the next month, it wasn't so meaningless. Well, I hope you have a lovely day. I'll do some shorts on the rust repairs and stuff, and there's so much going on in the shop at once. Who doesn't like to be busy? I hope you all have a lovely weekend.